Hello, Julie here from Plans in the Making. Thanks for joining me today, and in this video you're going to see me create not one but 4 spreads in my Skinny Mini for the month of August. The sticker books I'm going to be using are Planything's Reading Through the Seasons, Cassthetic Plans Ocean Views Volume 2, Seasonally Neutral from Love Posh, and an oldie but definitely a goodie, the Happy Planner Squad Goals. You can see I love the Squad Girls because I'm using the old Squad Girls planner, well, the cover and dividers at least, with undated pages inside. Let's find the August pages. And you may notice I have swapped the discs out from mini discs to classic size discs because this planner is really bulking up now. We'll start with a spread for National Book Lovers Day, which I believe is on the 9th of August. And that's why I chose this Reading Through the Seasons sticker book from Planything. This was initially part of a subscription box, but now you can get that subscription box without actually signing up and committing to any more boxes. Or you can get this sticker book individually. Remember, if you do shop Planything, my code Julie10 will get you 10% off at no extra cost to you. All of my spreads are going to be summer themed, and we have a few pages of summer themed but book related stickers. And what I like about Planything stickers is there are often plenty of the smaller size that work really well in the Skinny Mini. I'll start by adding some of this striped Planything washi at the bottom. I generally don't use this notes section, so something I like to do is put a little bit of washi down and add a sticker sitting on it. I'll bring it over to the other side too. With the Skinny Mini, I don't plan out any ideas in advance. If you see me planning in my creative journal, I often get inspiration and have an idea of how I want to make the spread look. But most of the time for this planner, I make it up as I go along. I have certain ways of doing things in this planner. I talked about them when I did my flip through of the first 6 months of the year. If you're after tips for this layout, but you will see me applying those tips in this video today. During this video, I also generally give a little life update of the previous month, although I can't say an awful lot has happened. Hopefully your July was more eventful than mine, in a good way, of course. I generally don't have anything to write on a Sunday because I'm usually filming, but I'll add a box just in case. And that's rather crooked. I do try to let these things go, honestly, but crooked stickers really do bother me. That's better. Can I squeeze one more sticker in? I'm trying not to cover up the days of the week in this spread, although sometimes I do redate my spread and change up all the days and numbers. I don't have to think too hard about the boxes I'm using now because I know I'm going to use the same colours over on this side. Simply put them in different positions. I have to use this seagull This one I will rotate so that it looks a little bit different. Mum and I were recalling a funny memory about seagulls the other day. One of the last times that we were at the beach, we had some sandwiches and these seagulls, there were 3 of them, were just desperate to get our food. And it reminded me of Jurassic Park with the velociraptors, because there were 3 of them and they seem to have this 3-pronged attack system. One who was like their ringleader seemed to just stay at a distance and watch, while the other kept sneaking up in front of us and trying to peck the sandwiches. And then there was one behind us who kept taking us by surprise. And I think they managed to get the whole sandwich from my dad's hand. There's no stopping them when they are on a mission. And it's as simple as that, really, decorating the Skinny Mini. Do I want to bring the washi in at the top? I think so. I wasn't sure whether to take it right to the top or leave a little white space so that I can add the date. I think that will be fine. I'm hoping that we might be able to get to the beach at least once this year. Haven't been for a while. I don't tend to go on the beach anymore, but even to just go down and see the sea, can get there in about half an hour, so it doesn't take too long. It's just I'm not that confident with my driving. I'll use MojoJojoPlans Pastel Dated for the month because there are paper stickers in here and I can cover over that washi tape. I do love JoJo's dated sticker books. The rainbow dated clear stickers one is my favourite. But the paper stickers do come in handy too. You can also get 10% off MojoJojo with the same code Julie10. And I absolutely love that spread. On to spread number 2. I try not to repeat the same colours from week to week, although it can get tricky, particularly in autumn when a lot of the spreads are oranges and browns. But I'm using Cassthetic Plans Ocean Views. I thought a really simple spread would be to use these gorgeous fish stickers, and when I'm doing sea spreads what I often do is use circle boxes, so I think this one's going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. I have some circle stickers in Planything shapes and boxes, and for this spread I will white out the days, simply because if I'm using circles and I leave the days there and don't want to cover them up, I would end up having all the circles over on this side. If I white out the days, I can have stickers on both sides of the spread. I use this planner for appointments and going out, shopping, calls. I'm not particularly busy, so don't have a lot to write in it. What I'll probably do is put 3 fish on each side, and it will be as simple as that. There are also a few bubble stickers in this book, so I'll use those. This is such a pretty sticker book, and I am trying to use all my new sticker books. I might put this one a little bit higher. I try not to have the stickers at exactly the same height. This one can be a little bit higher there. With another circle added. And then one more at the top. And then maybe a quote and some washi to make it pop a little bit more. And a few bubbles. I went to Live Love Posh's Summer Elements for quotes. It is hard sometimes to find smaller quotes, and this one says, live in the sunshine, swim in the sea, drink in the wild air. I like to use skinny Happy Planner washi in this planner because it doesn't take up too much room. I thought this shade of lilac goes quite well. It's amazing how easy I find it to cut myself with my X-Acto knife, but when it comes to cutting the washi, it doesn't seem to want to cut. I want to carry that all the way across. It would have been much easier to do it all in one go and then cut out the middle, but I think that doesn't look too bad. And already I'm liking how it looks. And it's a bit tricky when you're using paper stickers, knowing where to take the washi up to, so I've got a little gap there, whereas really if it was clear I could have it overlapping and it wouldn't be so noticeable. But I could just cut it diagonally to make it look as though it's deliberately stopping halfway. Do I want it in the middle as well? Let's do the other side first and see where I can put it. It can go here on this line. I'll cut it all the way across and then cut away the bits that I don't want. I do have a choir update for you, but I'll tell you about that in my next spread. We don't have a break for summer, we carry straight on. I think we will do the middle as well. We have started Christmas songs, which is very weird. I know there's Christmas in July, that whole phenomena, but I think it's going to be strange to be singing Christmas songs for the next 5 months. I'm happy with how that's looking, so I'll finish adding the washi off screen and add in the dates, and you'll see that one at the end of the video when I show them all and ask you which is your favourite. Onto a Live Love Posh spread and another newish sticker book, which is this seasonally neutral. I have used some of these stickers, but the set I was going to go with I thought was this set because it was probably one of my favourites. Love the little beach huts there. They are going straight down, and for this spread I thought rather than bringing boxes I would use mild liners and maybe some bullet points. Need something small for the top that's going to fit under the Friday. That's perfect. So yes, to fill you in on the choir update and put you in the picture if you're new to my channel, I started a choir this year and struggled quite a bit because I can't read music at all, don't have any experience of that, and what they would do is send you the recording of each week's practice, and although you did sometimes go over the individual parts in the practice, it was really hard because you had a 2-hour recording and then you were struggling to find the bits that were for you, for your alto part. And even though I tried to edit the recordings to only have the alto bits in, it was really hard to practice the songs at home. One of my friends who went to a different choir said that they got sent all the individual parts, so whichever part they were, they could practice. And so when I heard there was an annual general meeting, I thought, well, I could raise this point. I'm not usually one for keeping quiet. If I have something to say, then I say it. Anyway, I went all ready to speak up, had a few things I wanted to say. But before I could say anything, someone else said, I don't know of other choirs that don't send home the separate recordings. So in the end, I didn't have to say anything. They thought it was a good idea. I was rather surprised that this choir has been running for so long and yet nobody had raised this before. But hopefully from now on, we are going to get the separate parts sent to us, so it will be a lot easier to practice. When I'm choosing mild liners, I tend to do a little swatch to see which colour will go best. Sometimes I find some of the mild liners are very dark. This colour I think is one of the best that matches with the spread, but I'm not sure about putting such a dark colour on. I wish I had some paler colours. I have been looking at the Mr. Pen highlighters. So if you know of some that are out there that are lighter that you could recommend, then do let me know. I think I will go with this pink because we've got a lot of the pink in the spread. It might be a bit too much pink, but I don't want it to be as dark as that colour. So you'll see how that looks at the end of the video, and on to the final spread, which is using my favourite squad girls. And these little functional boxes that come in the book do fit under the day, so I may get away with not having to white out the days for this one. I have several copies of this book and it's not available anymore. I keep hoping that now we have the original owners back who brought us the squad girls in the first place, that they might make a return. But I'm definitely a fan of little people stickers. I think we'll have this girl here standing on the washy sand, and we'll add a strip of sand on the other side for the other girl. I'm really not getting on very well with my reading. My challenge is 25 books in 2025 and I've stalled, not read anything I think for over a month. I have got a couple of Frida McFadden books from the library which are due back next week, so I will need to get reading those. That's a cute start. Let's have this one here. And this one here. Will she squeeze under Monday? I think so. Let's add in the squad goals and a few smaller stickers. Of course, as soon as the schools broke up towards the end of July, the weather started to deteriorate. We've had quite a few cloudy days, the odd occasional downpour. I'll put one of these down because we've got that colour over there. And now I think I need to see if any boxes will fit. The thing is, they have the same images that I've already used in the spread, so I don't really want to use these boxes after all. I'll use regular boxes instead. The problem with the British weather is it's so changeable. If you're planning to get away for any length of time, you never know what you're going to get. It can be blue skies one minute and rain the next. And I'm wondering if I should bring in washi on this spread. I think we need to bring in pink because of the girls' swimming costume. But on the whole, it's been pretty good, and I've managed to give all my summer dresses a good workout. Maybe I'll trim that so that it looks like it's hiding behind. It definitely needs something. Not too sure which washi to go with. I've tried about 20, and I'm going to go with this blue. Are you indecisive with washi? I generally, when I'm planning, get out about 20 rolls, like I said, and try them. I'm never quite sure. I have a couple of favourites. Like the white and black dotty washi. That's a go-to if I get stuck. But I really do find it tricky picking a colour. And I don't know why, because it usually looks alright in the end, so I should probably save myself the agony and just go with the first one I thought of. I think the top is looking a little bit bare. I have this scallop, so I might put it at the top. This is one of my favourites because it's not an even scallop, it's what I would call a doodled scallop, and it's the only one I've got that's like it. So I'm trying to use it sparingly. Do you have favourite washis or go-to washis that you use over and over again? You probably haven't got as many washi tapes as I have. I have about 7 of those little drawers. Well, there's 3 in each compartment. But if I count the number of drawers, I think at the moment I've filled up about 7 and I've got 2 left. Now I'm thinking about bringing in some pink washi, or is that going to be too much? And where would it go? Let's try it here. Sometimes you just need to stop adding things to a spread and know when it's finished. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's definitely not straight, which doesn't help. I'm going to keep going. I don't know if it's going to stay or not. I'm only going to put a tiny piece on this side because there's not much room. And this will be the last crease. If I can get it to go down straight. Yeah, that's not bad. I think it will probably stay. And I'll be right back to show you all 4 spreads. Here are the finished spreads, and I really don't want to say goodbye to summer spreads. I'll probably be continuing them right up until the first week of fall. Blue is my favourite colour, so obviously I love this one. And I used these numbers from the Happy Planners Essential Dates and Numbers, which is one of my top sticker books. I use it all the time in my Skinny Mini. Here is Ocean Views from Cassthetic Plans and these gorgeous fish. I used a Days of the Week washi tape for the days and some numbers from Essential Dates and Numbers because I wanted to carry on with the circle theme. So lovely. This is what the Live Love Posh seasonally neutral spread looks like with the mild liners. I do use a ruler to draw the lines because I am a bit of a fusspot. But for me, it's worth the extra effort. This has such a calming vibe. I'm really glad I went with the lighter mild liners. And I felt like it was missing a quote. As I said earlier, it's hard to find those smaller quotes, so I just used this summertime sticker from the Hello Summer book. Gorgeous spread. Finishing with the fun Squad Girl spread. They always make me smile, and I'm happy I brought in the pink washi for a pop of extra colour. So hard to pick a favourite this month because I love them all. This one is so much fun. I would say just because this one is a bit different with these neutral vibes, which actually is not normally my style. I'm picking this as my current favourite. But when I edit this video and when I look at the spreads later, my favourite often changes. Do you have a favourite? Let me know in the comments. If you missed the video where I flipped through the first 6 months of this planner and want to see how it looks after the pen, then you can click on the screen now to watch that video right away. Remember to check out the description for the shops I use and my affiliate codes if you're looking for a discount. Do subscribe to my channel if you enjoy creative videos and click that notification bell. I hope you're having a great August, and until next time, take care and happy planning.